What is going on, guys? Welcome, all personal trainers, fitness coaches, fitness enthusiasts. This is going to be the exact guide that you need to make a ton of money with online fitness coaching and something I like to call the seven-figure fitness coach masterclass. Now, I've released another video similar to this sort of topic, but this is going to basically share all the secrets of what I've used in my businesses, as well as how I've been able to generate thousands of client results, all using this exact strategy that you guys are about to learn today. So with that being said, we're going to jump straight into things. The first thing I want to talk about is solidifying your offer. Now, this is the basis of actually printing a lot with your online coaching business, is having an offer that one has very good compelling messaging behind it and also is something that's going to be an undeniable, irresistible offer. So you might be like, Joe, what does that mean? Like, what does it mean to have an offer like with fitness coaching, right? To even break that down, an offer is just something that you would send out to someone to show them exactly who you are, what you do, and how you do it, right? For instance, with fitness coaching, you want to be specific about who you're looking to find, exactly their current state, as well as their dream outcome. Now, this could be anybody who's looking to get in shape, whether they're trying to put on muscle, whether they're trying to lose fat, whether they're just trying to really just get in shape, right? Because that's what the main goal of fitness coaching is to help people not only transform mentally, physically, their habits, everything like that. So these are the four principles I've set for actually setting up your coaching business, is implementing some sort of mindset pillar. What is the actual mindset of getting in shape look like? A training pillar. What's the right training regimens that you would have someone follow to get in the best shape of their life? Diet pillar, basically talking about, what's the best things to eat? How can I, supplement the right way, etc. And then just accountability. What simple accountability systems can you provide to them to help them out with getting in shape? Now, with creating an offer, one of the most important things you need to have with your offer is a specific niche of people. And for a lot of you guys who are like, Joe, what's a niche? A niche is basically a small group of people, or it could be a large group of people. It's really just a sectioned group of people off that are struggling with that specific current state, like we were talking about before, and who want that same dream outcome. Now, you want to find the people that can afford your coaching, the people that you can get results with the easiest, and they're also going to be the easiest to target. These are the criteria that are very important when it comes to fitness coaching, as you identify the exact who of who you're looking to target, right? You want to think of the dream avatar in your head of like, if this person was right in front of me, I could get them the results, they could pay me the most amount of money, and I could help them in the quickest amount of time, right? Think about that exact avatar for you and figure out how to target them online. So with that being said, the what that you're looking for is what their dream outcome is or what they're struggling with. Now, for a lot of people, they ask me like, I don't know who to target. I don't know exactly who to help out. Who should I go to? And that's a perfect question to ask, right? There's two ways you could go about answering that. Or actually, I would say mainly about three ways you can go about answering that. The third one is not really as recommended, but it's completely open to you as well. The first thing I would recommend is to find someone who has struggled with something that you have struggled with yourself, right? So for me, working at a gym, I know the pains of what a personal trainer has. I know what it's like to clock in long hours, not be able to make a bunch of money, and not really be your own boss, have to work for someone else, lose a ton of money. I know what that struggle is like. I also know the struggle of what it was like going from fat to being in shape. So I have that relation with people who are currently overweight who want to get in shape, right? This is the easiest thing you can identify, is because you relate to them so much. You know exactly how to help them and you know exactly what they're struggling with. The second thing I'd recommend is find people like your clients or people you've already previously worked with who you know how they operate, you know what struggles they have, and you know exactly how to help them out, right? So that's the second one. So for instance, a lot of my clients who I was helping who were fitness coaches were struggling with getting leads. Now, this wasn't something I struggled with super like a ton with my business, because I was just absolutely crushing it with organic content and just, already had that content base built up. For a lot of people who just start their coaching business, they don't know where to get leads from. So I knew that this was a struggle and I knew how to solve it for them. With that being said, the third thing I'd recommend is by simply surveying the market. Look around at other people, figure out what they're struggling with, even maybe talk to them, right? Try to figure out exactly what you could do to help these sort of people out, because at the end of the day, business is all about solving problems. So if you could find your ideal client and solve their problem, you will absolutely crush it with fitness coaching. And I want to let this like analogy go too. The more specific you are, the better things will get. Because if you think about a generalist doctor, they don't make nearly as much as a specialist. A specialist doctor who specializes in brain surgeons, heart transplants, like they're going to make a lot more than someone who's just a generalized doctor. So you want to take the same approach with fitness coaching. You want to be specific. You don't want to be a general fitness coach, because that is the number one reason why a lot of fitness coaches fail, is because they try coaching no one, and in turn they look like they're coaching pretty much no one, right? Like they try to coach everyone, in turn they coach no one pretty much. So that's a better analogy for it, but you want to be specific. Now I could give you direct examples. I probably won't show on this video of people of what they're doing wrong, but if you have something in your bio that says like I help men like lose muscle and put on size, or not lose muscle, lose fat and put on muscle. If you have something very general like that, you need to be more specific. You need to have something a part of your actual offer that's going to help a very specific group of people, that's going to make the most sense. So a little bit more with the offer there, but this is number one reason why a lot of people fail, is because they don't have a foundation for their offer. The next thing I want to jump into is, for a lot of you guys who are already fitness coaches, you might not be struggling with this because you have your own unique system, but let's also talk about how you're going to be able to scale, because a lot of you guys might think right now, yo, how do I even train people online? Like, what's the basic way to go about doing that? Or like, maybe for a lot of you guys who are fitness coaches, like, how can I scale? How can I get more clients and still help as many people as possible without detrimenting like my business? So the first thing in the system that I've created on how you're going to create your own clients' plans, how you're going to have them accountable, how you're going to basically build a community with your business, because business is all about community too, right? Is simply using a simple questionnaire, right? So a simple group of questions that's going to get a lot of info. Like, let's say you onboard a new client tomorrow. You're going to ask for their height, their weight, their occupation, what their schedule looks like, how much time they have ready for the gym, all those sort of questions, and basically implement all of that into ChatGPT to create your plans. And with the power of AI, we have so much, power at our fingertips to be able to use this to actually make a bunch of client plans. So I highly recommend utilizing this to save yourself a lot of time, but still be as effective as possible. Like, you can simply create a full breakdown of all their plans. The next thing I want to talk about is how you're going to deliver their plans at such a high ticket price point that, like, when someone gets a part of your coaching, they're like, wow, I'm glad I paid the price because this is amazing, right? So I recommend using an app like Trainerize. You have Coach Catalyst. For a lot of you guys who are familiar with Notion, you can use Notion templates if you really wanted to. These are just the two simple, most easy apps that you can use today to start your online coaching business that look the most professional and are very, very user friendly. And for a lot of you guys who are fitness coaches who are already using these apps, you're crushing it. You're ahead of the game. Congrats to you. The next thing I want to talk about is simply where a lot of fitness coaches or even personal trainers might struggle at, which is having the time to really interact with their clients. So having the time to manage them, having the time to jump on calls with them, to really keep them accountable. So what I recommend doing is implementing a group-based system to your coaching offer. So this can be limited on one-on-one clients. Like, typically what I say is have like one-on-one talks with your clients pretty much every week to make sure they're on track, check in with them daily, etc. But once you're about like that 5 to 10 client range, you don't want to be taking 5 to 10 calls a week. So what you can then do is implement one-on-one calls, and you can just simply send them videos to help them out if they're struggling with something simple as like a small problem. Obviously, having the 24/7 access to you is very, very key to have a part of your offer as well. But the easiest way to do this is just simply having a school or a Discord or a Slack. And for a lot of you guys who aren't really familiar with these, I don't want to jump too much into the video of like how you're going to set that up. You can start utilizing Discord to basically have a group base. So not really something I want to jump too far in this video, but Discord, school, Slack, all great things to have for your coaching business to really get it set up. The next thing I want to talk about here is really where a lot of you guys probably clicked onto this video for. And it's, Joe, how do I get more leads to my coaching business? Like, what's the best way to go about doing this? How can I do this in a way that makes sense? So let's talk about this, right? This is the full breakdown of the funnel, which a lot of my clients have used and absolutely crushed it with this. Whether they were using paid ads or organic, both work equally as good. I will say, if you're looking for more of a slow burning process that you don't really have to put more money into, definitely go with organic. But if you want to crush it in a very quick amount of time, implementing these paid ads will start bringing you nonstop leads in the span of a month or so, right? As long as everything's done correctly, that's the number one thing that makes sense. So the cheapest way you're going to be able to start getting clients is by using follower ads. And with that also being said, using these follower ads, I implemented a simple script for you guys to use here. You can simply call out your ideal client that we were talking about before from your offer. And then from there, just list off the pain points that you know they might be struggling with. And then from there, you can be like, if that sounds like you, then shoot me a follow where I show you how I went from A to B, or how I took one of my clients from A to B. So it's a very simplified process of exactly how to do that. So in your content, you also need to provide value that's going to bring new leads for the content itself. So this can be based off of your offer when it comes to mindset, training, diet, accountability. Having those 4 core pillars of your offer is super essential to have so that you can take your coaching business to that next level. The next thing I want to also jump into here is going to be just simply nurturing your followers through the middle of funnel. Now, this is also where we talk about conversion. So what conversion is simply when new people come to your page, how can you convert them to understand who you are, what you do, and how you do it? So simply by utilizing these sort of content as like long form or utilizing your stories, you can start showing a little bit more of exactly who you are and what you do, right? So for instance, me as an example, I post a lot of my clients and me working with them one-on-one. So people have a better idea of what it looks like to join into the program, of me helping them out, and pretty much like a little bit of an insight on it, right? Also, with that being said, I create a lot of long form YouTube videos, just like the one you're watching here, on mindset training of how to run a business, as well as a lot of informational videos of basically just how to start your business from the ground up. So that's where a lot of my long form videos come from. For a lot of you guys, what you guys might want to do is simply start creating videos that have a lot of value when it comes to your overall program. So pretty much give someone all the information of what they need and help them by implementing it into their lifestyle. So, show them how to create workout plans themselves, show them workouts, show them how to create diet plans themselves, show them the mindset of what it takes to be disciplined and get in shape. Do all these things, and I promise you, you'll start converting all these new eyes that you're bringing to your page into paying customers. The next thing I want to talk about is the next part of the funnel, which is now that these people have already seen you, you need to start a conversation with them. You need to have a way that they can inbound to you, that you can overall help them out. So there's a couple different ways you can do that. If you want to go about the free way of doing it, I recommend posting a poll. You can do a Q&A. You can give out any sort of free training videos. These are all really good things to do to start bringing in new people. If you want to do this the paid route, right, which I was talking about before, you want to start implementing retargeting ads. So what these are people who have already seen you. They basically are retargeted again through your content with a retargeting ad. So they're pretty much nonstop to your face. So you know exactly who they are, what they're struggling with. And instead now the main goal of the ad is to simply get them into your DMs rather than get them to follow you, because they're already following you. Now you want to start a conversation with them. And the goal out of this conversation that you are going to have with these people, right, is to actually get them booked onto a call. And once you're onto a call with them, is to get them a part of your program. So this is the very simple process of what I would use if I were to start a coaching business today, get it from 0 to 10K in the span of a month. I would simply just start investing in ads, start making a ton of content to help people out, and overall just start conversations with them to then get them booked on calls. Now, when it comes to what am I supposed to do on these calls, right? So for a lot of you guys who want to close at high ticket, there's a very big difference, right? You want to not sell them on like pitching yourself and having to tell them how great you are. Instead, what you want to do is actually ask them what they're struggling with and figure all of that stuff out and actually basically consult them on helping them out, right? So for a lot of people, they're like, yeah, dude, like, I don't know how to track my calories. I want to get in shape. Like, I want to lose fat. I don't know what I'm doing. From there, you basically take all their information and then you just kind of reiterate it back to them and show them exactly how your program will solve that problem for them. Because I promise you, if they have already attracted to you and their top of funnel is right, everything's good here, then these are going to be the perfect fits for what you're looking for. And with that being said, you want to have a price set for an actual high ticket program, because a lot of people struggle with this number one problem. And if you're a fitness coach right now and you might be doing this, you don't want to sell packages at like monthly basis. So like $100 a month, $200 a month, $300 a month. What you instead want to do is shoot for more paid in full packages. So get people a part of your program for 3 to 6 months. And in turn, you can start by charging like 3 months for $997, 6 months for $1,500. Like, people will pay these prices. Reason for that being, for a lot of you guys who are also personal trainers out there, you know this, that personal training costs about $2,000 on average for about 16 weeks, right? So you can utilize that as a pain point. And with that being said, with personal training, you don't get any accountability. You don't get any diet. So that's why online coaching as a whole is just a better model to be in. It's going to make you more money, right? So with that being said, I mean, I have some guys down here, as you guys may be seeing from the ad. My client Nuno, he's already made like, he basically will close like 1,500 for 6 months. He'll close 997 for 1K. And with that being said, basically the way we do it is we break it up with this specific payment process right here. Not something I want to jump too far into in this video, but if you guys are not using Stripe as a payment processor, I recommend getting onto Stripe. I'm telling you, it'll change your business tenfold, and you'll be able to actually break down the payments so that you'll get the money up front and they can use credit to then finance it. So another guy I have who's absolutely crushing it, Nino, closed another guy at 3 months for $997. Hudson, 5K made in a weekend alone. And these are all by selling at high ticket price points. Now, I'm going to give you guys a little bit more sauce than needed in this video of actually how you're going to scale using ads. Now, the reason why we leverage ads so much is because you're, one, going to get the right client acquisition. Two, you're going to have the right people who actually need the help right? And 3, they're going to be the most high ticket paying customers. So if you had a machine right now that for every dollar you put in, you would get $3 back or $5 back. That's basically how ads work. So that's kind of the goal. As long as everything's set in place of like your ads are performing well, you have them right to the right audience, your targeting is right, everything about them is dialed in, you'll absolutely crush it. So with that being said, you guys are probably like, how do you scale the ads? How do you launch them? And that's something I break down a lot within my program. And if that sounds like something that like you're just ready to start on today and you're like, yo, I need to get my business started, I need to get this scaled, and I need to get my first 10K now. What you can do is actually just shoot me a message on Instagram. Let me know a little bit more about where you're at. Or if you're just like, yo, I'm ready to do this now, you can actually book in a call with my team below and we'll show you how to basically implement this full system for you. So basically it's done with you, not done for you or done by you. We do it together. We set up the system. We launch the ads. We script the ads together. We pretty much get your business started from the ground up. So we show you the exact A to Z. No secrets are hidden. And yeah, with that being said, we show you how to basically expand on these ads, but you pretty much want to get the fundamentals down of having your first ad, your first 1 to 2 ads just absolutely crushing it. And once you have those fundamentals in place, that's when you can begin to scale. That's when you can start implementing more emails, a different landing page. But having these simplified funnels of like 1 follower ad to 1 retargeting ad to getting people on calls and closing them is the most simplified process to get to your first 100K. Like it's going to be very, very simple. The most you really need to focus on is this middle of funnel right here that we were talking about before, which is basically going to be nurturing who you already have. If you have these things set in place where you can nurture the people that are actually in need of help, that's where a lot of people tend to struggle with when it comes to having leads. Because I'm sure right now, if you have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 followers and you're clicking on this video, you have at least 5 to 10 high paying clients in that following. I promise you. You think high, like 1 to 2,000 to 3,000 people, like that's a lot more people than people actually think. So I promise you that, within joining our program, we can probably close you within, close a couple people within your following within about a month's time, right? So also with that being said, this is the full breakdown of the entirety of the actual masterclass. It's a very simplified process, but people think there's a lot more that goes into fitness coaching. And if there's one specific part of where they're struggling with, sometimes it stems from a bigger purpose, right? So like we mentioned before, sometimes it's your offer that just sucks, right? And if your offer sucks, then you just need to make some small tweaks, be a little bit more specific, and you'll absolutely start crushing it. From there, it might be your marketing that might be struggling a little bit. You might not have the proper content in place. You might not have the proper conversions in place. You might not even have the proper sales process in place, right? And these are the small things that could really take you from that 0 to 10K within 30 days. Like having these small things in place will really crush it. As long as you're willing to work hard, you're willing to understand, and you're willing to learn a little bit more, you can then start implementing like even small things like full free training videos, right? So implementing story CTAs to then implementing them into training videos is another funnel that we use within our program that absolutely crushes for a lot of my fitness guys. So, I mean, we have guys who are starting their fitness coaching businesses from scratch who are now making, 4K on a day. We have Ryan, who within 1 day's time, who's already been crushing it with his business, already closed him a high ticket client of $1,500 within 1 day. So a lot of guys who are just absolutely just crushing it with their businesses. And with that being said, for a lot of you guys who haven't started your business yet, I will tell you, this is a very, very simplified system. I'm sure navigating social media is very hard. And a lot of people tell you like, there's a lot of things out there that are hard to comprehend or understand, even with content or like, what am I supposed to do? This is a very simplified system that is, like I said, it's the blueprint is laid out in front of you. It's just more on actually implementing it in the right way to get it going. And with that being said, for a lot of you guys who may be struggling with your own fitness coaching business, the most simplified system is right here in front of you as well. A lot of you guys can actually take this video and go get results and really just absolutely crush it. But I would rather you have some more guidance if you are going to look into implementing ads into it. Reason for that being, just kind of like an anecdote for myself, right? I first wanted to launch ads for myself. I started running them and I lost a lot of money. I lost like $2,000 pretty fast. But it wasn't until I hired my mentor that taught me the game of ads and taught me exactly how to do this the right way that I absolutely crushed it with my business. And he showed me the exact process of like how to script the ads, how to run them the right way, everything like that actually made a lot of sense and saved me more money in the long run. So with that being said, guys, I just want to say thank you all for watching this video. If you guys found a lot of value out of this video, shoot me a message on Instagram. If you want to be a part of the program, shoot me or book down a call in the description below. I'm also going to put my Instagram in the description below. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already came from there. But if you guys enjoyed the video, just leave a like and comment. And I look forward to seeing a lot of you guys a part of the program soon.